GlobeX Data has a secure platform that offers secure email messaging, also email. And with me, the CEO of GlobeX Data and Secure, Alain, to talk about, I mean, it's a big year for you last year. Let's go over 2021 and then let's talk about, because I know you've got some new products in the pipeline coming up very soon, but let's kind of wrap up 2021 first.
Thank you, Jane, and Happy New Year to our viewer and everyone, hopefully in good health. Well, 2021 was a pretty big year. It was a transformative year for the company because essentially we were able to capitalize the company to the tune of an extra $8 million US with several rounds, successive higher and higher rounds. We also launched our anticipated secure product. We started the big US launch around mid-July, and we started to see Q3 numbers to come in, which were quite good. Q4 numbers are going to be even bigger. So we basically are now on the startup gate, and 2021 was the year where we took advantage of the quiet situation with COVID, recycling and refocusing on the North American market, and repositioning ourselves as such, because the emerging market, which was our prime focus before, of course, they shut down, and now they're coming back. So now in 2022, this is the plan. We basically have a very solid financial footing. We have daily, hourly subscribers, so we're very happy with our subscriber base. We are going to have in Q1 several product updates. We're going to have the email application, which will give a user the same feature as if you would go on our webmail with our famous secure send feature, which is a way to send an email to anybody who is not a secure user and have that person receive it and reply back without any of the ISP or external provider being able to read the content. It's an anti-phishing way as well to send emails for companies. We're also launching business packages in March. We're going to have a brand new business package for the messenger, the email, and the combo. So Q1 is essentially a very busy quarter for our new products. Of course, sales are increasing as well. And we're going to put a lot more push in Q2 once we have that email application, because the retention rate will be dramatically higher. Because imagine if you can use another provider like Gmail and you just download the application, people are just used to just click download and use it. They're not used to configuring emails, and businesses are different. So now we're going to have this ubiquitous way for anybody to have the most private and more secure email for the mass market, and businesses who can also put their domain name on our email. So we're pretty excited. Financially, we're again in good footing. We have close to $7 million US in the bank, no debt, definitely more than enough money to run for 2022. And we also can announce right now that we qualify to uplist to the OTCQX exchange, which requires certain hard assets, so non-tangible asset don't count, and now we qualify for that. So we're going to file that probably in March or earlier, the minute we have our year end. And last but not least, obviously we want to go eventually to an uplisting on NASDAQ, and this is the year where we will work towards that goal and hopefully be able to file in 2022 for the NASDAQ listing.
Okay, a lot going on. Let's break it down a little bit. So that business platform, and you and I have talked about how important that is for businesses that are sharing sometimes sensitive data, especially in an era of a pandemic where you can't always fly and meet with somebody. So that's going to be crucial for businesses to have something secure where they can talk about things confidentially.
In fact, I'm glad you mentioned the flying and all that. Businesses today, you're still going to have one-on-one meeting, but for most businesses, not only they can't fly someplace to meet someone, but they also can't get to work. So they're working from home, and the connections from home are typically not that secure. So this email for business is going to give them a highly secure and private way to communicate with the outside world and their business partners. The email packages, so we have our standard packages, which is Secure Messenger and Secure. We're also launching Secure Mail, probably in February. that'll be $7 a month. Now, the difference between the business and consumer package is the business email, you'll be able to add as many domains as you want. So it could be at janekingcompany.com, at whatevercompany.com, and then you can also import your own domain and import your old email to a new one. So you'll have your own real business email. For the messenger, we're adding a new feature, hopefully by end of Q1, if not in Q2, it will be an archiving feature similar to what you would have in the Bloomberg Messenger application. We've been told by so many financial executives that they would love to see something like that in our product without having to pay $20,000 for the Bloomberg terminal, because they really use the messenger part, and the archiving part is a critical feature. So we're adding that. So we have a whole set of business feature separate from the consumer with added feature that typical businesses would use. And we already have a queue of businesses waiting to get that. So we're pretty excited. The business email will be $10 a month as opposed to $7, because you have a few extra feature, unlimited domain attachments and so forth. Well worth it. For 100 gigabyte of storage. It's what you would pay pretty much anywhere else. Sometimes you pay more. So an anticipated product line coming up. It should increase our retention and our average revenue per user, because in Q2, we're launching Secure Voice, which will be about $20 a month. So not only are we increasing the user base, we're increasing the retention, we're increasing the average revenue per user. In the telecom world, they call it ARPU sometimes.
Yeah. Well, interesting. That archiving thing is new, and that's interesting. And then talk about the video conferencing aspect of what you're going to be doing.
So Secure Pro is the ultimate of the ultimate. Basically, it's going to have the conferencing, the voice, the message, and the email. Secure Pro, we're still deciding the pricing. It'll be between $35 to $50 a month. It's basically any company that doesn't want to use Zoom, or any other companies that have been fined so many times for privacy breaches. With Secure, they can now have a whole conferencing system. It will be geared to C-level executives primarily, management, because for $35, $50, it's a little bit more than what you would pay maybe as a professional feature for Zoom or somebody else at $29, but well worth it because your data is completely private. So that's coming up in Q2. I would say by June, we will have the Secure Pro, which is a conferencing tool, and we're probably going to take reservations for that feature as well. Probably in May, we're going to pre-launch it and get subscribers for that.
And then just finally, what's the timetable on the OTC market?
So the OTCQX, we already qualify. For us, it's a matter of getting our financials out, the yearly financial. Typically, the audited financials are due in April. We're hoping to get ours at the end of February. We will preempt it and file everything on the OTCQX before. That way, the minute our financials are out. So I'm hoping March, at the latest April, we should be on the OTCQX, which is, as you know, a much higher level of exchange with liquidity, reputation. I mean, you have multinational, multi-billion-dollar company like Rush Holding out of Switzerland, for example, who is listed on the OTCQX. It will increase liquidity, and also it will increase the trust that investment brokers will have in our company.
Okay. Well, Alain, exciting year. I know we're going to talk about it a lot. And the next few months in particular are going to be really interesting. So, okay. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Happy New Year. And we'll get an update next week.
Thank you. Have a great start of the year. And thanks everyone for watching us.
Thank you.